What's up, everybody? This is Brad, and today I wanted to show something to you guys, specifically the updates to Pokemon Scarlet for the Switch 2. So what I wanted to do first, though, is take a little trip around Area 0 in the Switch 1. It's been a long time since I've actually been down here, but I wanna get a fresh look at this area. This is one of my favorite places in pretty much every Pokemon game. Out of all of them, I just feel like this is one of the coolest, most interesting places, especially lore-wise, that we've ever seen in a Pokemon game. And to me, it was always a little bit disappointing that they didn't really give us too much. The stuff we got for Area 0 in the DLC, it just felt like they could have done better. And I'm running away from two Sandy Shocks here. I don't think I've ever seen two of them together before. And I just feel like there could have been so much more to this. The way the mystery wrapped up for this area, it just left a lot to be desired, despite the fact that I still think it's cool. The concept itself is very cool and interesting. The location itself looks great. I just feel like content-wise, it was a letdown. But that doesn't stop me from still thinking this is one of the coolest places to explore in pretty much every Pokemon game you could think of. But as we're roaming around this area, getting one last final look at it on the original Switch, I'm just reminded of how much I was looking forward to the DLC, because I really thought we were going to get a gigantic, or maybe not even a gigantic, expansion of the story regarding this place and the Paradox Pokemon. But when the time came, it disappointed me. Even though I do think that some elements of the story were actually pretty good. I'm also a little bit disappointed as well in the fact that this game got no additional content for the Switch 2. I probably shouldn't have expected that. Is that a shiny? No, it's not. But it looked blue for some reason. I was like, is that shiny? But anyway, there's just so much. There is a lot to like about this area. Even just aesthetically, I love to come down here and just look at the crystals, all the Paradox Pokemon. I like to imagine what all else they could have done with this place. I remember there was a Salamence in the wall right here one time I was playing this game, because I didn't not Salamence, Roaring Moon, but I didn't think Roaring Moon could actually spawn anywhere except that one cave. Let's get one more good look around here, and then we're going to go transfer my save data. We're going to transfer it over. As you can see, the game is struggling to render things at times, and it acts like it wants to slow down. I've been playing the game before, and it stalled out for like 2 whole seconds. I thought the game had crashed. I've watched the landscape in the game act like it didn't want to render. I've seen lots of Pokemon try to spawn, and that acted like it was going to kill the game. So in a lot of ways, this generation's main series games feel like they're held together with peanut butter and jelly, basically. It's really sad because I think that this game actually did have a pretty good storyline, all things considered. And it's just a shame that the technical side of the games hurt the story. And I know the Pokemon games don't really ever have like deep, complex stories, but I think that the stories are fun and engaging enough that they're interesting, at least to me. We can't go after you because you are in the building underneath the crystal. So now I'm going to make my way back up. We're going to leave Area 0. And then we will we'll update to the Switch 2. Check out the new stuff. And we'll see just how well this game runs when it's not running on a system that was pretty much already considered underpowered when it came out. Even though I still think that this is one of the best systems Nintendo has released, I understand that Nintendo's never really been too worried about hardware. They've never had to worry about hardware, which I think is fine. And I just remembered that I actually can fly with Koraidon. Thank you, DLC. So we can just go straight up. But I've seen a lot of people say that Scarlet and Violet run way better on the Switch 2 than they do on the original Switch, so I want to see that for myself. I haven't seen any footage, I think, of anybody in Area 0. Not to say that's not out there. I'm sure there are people who maybe they were holding off on the new Switch to play these games with the hope of an upgrade. There could be people doing a playthrough of the game right now on the Switch 2. But I want to experience Switch 2 Scarlet for myself. And earlier I saw that satellite dish thing there, and I thought it was something new for a brief minute. And I was like, nope, never mind. I remember that being there before. Got my hopes up when I really shouldn't have. So here we go. We're leaving Area 0. Let's go swap things out and see the new stuff. I'm actually really excited for this. And as soon as I jump down this cliff, you're gonna be seeing Switch 2 footage. But I love the dramatic entrance for having Koraidon and the player jump in. So here we go. We're taking Scarlet into the new era of Nintendo gaming. In we go. And here we are, guys. Pokémon Scarlet on the Switch 2. 60 FPS. Way more Pokemon spawning in the overworld. Wow. There's like 30 of them just right here. Dude. This feels a little bit different. Look. Wow. The upgraded frames per second is good. God, there's a whole flock of Braviary? Is that what those are? God, I can't remember the name of it. I've never seen this many Pokemon spawning out in the wild like this before. Look, there's like 7 different Venomoth. This is interesting. And see, now I'm wondering if this is closer to what the vision for this game originally was. To just have an enormous amount of Pokemon spawning all the time. Let's call out Koraidon. I mean, it feels weird to see the game running like this. I mean, look at this, a whole herd of Qfint, and I cannot remember what its evolution's name was. It's like actually spawning every single Pokemon that's supposed to be in this area at the same time. This would definitely have made Area Zero a lot more scary if you were playing through this for the first time on the Switch 2. Now I'm curious what people will be thinking, like, for anyone who will be playing this game for the first time on the new system. That certainly would be an experience, I think. I mean, I was talking earlier about the sort of lackluster ending to the story through the DLC, but I mean, experiencing the story from start to finish, you would have a better impression of the game for Rigarath. Let's see. I want to find my way to the cave. I talked about roaring moons spawning inside the wall. I want to go to the cave and see if we can get like a half dozen roaring moons to spawn. The downside here, though, is that there's just there's nothing in terms of like content. They didn't add any content to the game. It's just a performance improvement, which, don't get me wrong, it needed it for sure. But I don't know. Maybe I feel like they should have tried. Maybe like I feel like these games came out at a time where Nintendo should have obviously. God, we are surrounded. We're surrounded worse now than we were in the actual storyline. I don't think we've ever had a Pokemon game run at 60 FPS before. What the? Oh, these things were hanging upside down. They were climbing upside down on the rock. Alright, come on. I want to find the cave. Come on. Let's find the cave. Belly bolt. You can find wild Vaporeon out here. Let's see if we can get one to spawn. What was that? Oh, the flamingo. Now, one thing I do know is that the more Pokemon that spawn, the easier it is to find a shiny. So, people that love to shiny hunt This might make finding shinies a lot easier. No Vaporeon. I also hate that, like, the way that they do the games. They can't do accurate size. Oh, dude. Accurate size Pokemon spawning. Some of these creatures are humongous. What was that? Oh. I saw blue and red. Oh, crap. I saw blue and red and got scared for a minute. I was like, there's no way there's one out here. Alright. Come on now. I don't see the spot where I'm supposed to go down. Oh, here it is. There's the lab. There's the cave to go down. We'll go down there for sure. Volcarona. I must have just missed the cave. Because it's right here. It's like through these rocks. Yeah. Alright, let's see. Well. One of you. A Sableye. Umbreon. More Palmy. There's one Roaring Moon. Come on. I really wish there would have been a legendary battle in here. Like this, the fact that this is just a spot to find a rare spawn, and it's not really even that rare, to be honest. Just like I said, look, I mean, that one spawned right away, so it's not like they're just impossible to find. And I bet if we go up here, we'll find another one. Who wants to take that bet? Come on. Give me another. Wait, is that Chansey? That is a Chansey. I don't think I've ever seen one of those in here. Hold on, I'm going to catch it. I really don't think I've ever seen a Chansey down here. It says I have one. Oh, crap. Oh, well. At least I saw it. Come on. Where are you at? Another Roaring Moon. Well, there's another Chansey. Well, crap. It's a good thing nobody took that bet because I would have been out of money. Would have lost some money. See, now that one looks darker than the other ones. But it could also just be hiding in the shadows. And I scared the rest of them away. Here. I won't beat you up. Now let's go beneath. See, again, talking about the story. Could have been so much more in here than just a place to have Roaring Moon and Iron Galleon spawn. Oh, look. The dog resurrected from the dead. That Roaring Moon disappeared too. You know, I said it looked weird to be running around the map like this in this game, but I kind of have already adjusted. It doesn't seem quite so weird anymore now. I mean, it's the same game, so it just looks slightly better. And the Pokemon are spawning within reasonable distance now, instead of like, you know, right up until you walk up upon them. Walk up upon them. Just walk upon them. See, look at how many there are now. The Dunsparce. I've wondered what the chances are to find the rare variant of the Dunsparce are, but I've never seen one in here. I found a shiny Gibble down here one time. Grip! There's so many that it's easy to just get dragged into a battle. God! Look at them all trying to fight me. Wouldn't it be cool if this was like a secret door hiding something? But it's not. It's just scenery. Let's see what all's down here on the floor. Looks like they kept them scarce down here. I mean, it's not empty, but definitely fewer Pokemon spawning down here in the water. Which now has me curious. I didn't go check this out before I swapped my data over, but what do the underdepths look like? Why don't we go take a peek? Let's find the entrance to the lab. And we'll go further down. To the deepest depths this world can offer. It also loads much faster too. Which is also nice. Up. I mean, it's quick. I mean, it feels like a game though that's running at 60 FPS when it's not supposed to be running at 60 FPS. That's the problem. It still kind of looks a little weird to me though. Nope. There's still just as few as there ever were. One of those. This theme song is It's so much more majestic than it is. The song is way better than the area is. It seems like they've added a few extra spawns here, but not many. Okay. Glamora. Like, this song makes me feel like we're charging into like the lair of a god, waiting to just like we shouldn't be going down here as we just descend further and further down. That's what this song reminds me of. Because it's a very pretty, it has a very pretty sound to it. God. Okay. Rhydon's having trouble in the upgraded water. The crystal tree. That meant absolutely nothing. Another humongous disappointment. To have a tree crystallized down here and it be absolutely worthless to the story. I suppose maybe this was a teaser for Pokemon Legends Zeta A, perhaps, but I hate that tree's just down there because it looks so interesting. It's the one, I mean, it's the only, it seems like a life form down here except for a few crystal Pokemon. Terapagos' chamber, which also had nothing. And this is the smoothest that I've seen that this game is running. Fascinating. You want to know where I bet is a lot of fun to go? I might just go ahead and can we fly? We can, I think. You can't fly here because your downloadable content is currently unusable? Is that because I'm down here? Now hold on just a second. Hold on. You're not going to tell me that I have the... Hold on. I don't know what... Downloadable content's not usable. I was in the downloadable content, you freaking idiot. What does that mean? Well, that's weird. I was gonna go fly around the Terra biome or whatever it's called and see all the Pokemon there that spawn and just in the different sections of that area. But I guess I'm not gonna get to see that because for whatever reason my DLC does not work anymore. Even though I have the DLC outfit on as we speak. I guess I'm gonna have to figure out what that's all about. But let's I mean, it is cool to see Pokemon spawning from so far away. I mean, that's pretty nice. But anyway, whoops. Let's save. Hope you guys found that interesting. I'm going to go see now what the deal is with the DLC and see why it won't let me go to the DLC areas, even though I was in the Underdepths, so I have access to some parts of the DLC, just not the main ones. But anyway, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and come back and watch more videos of the Switch 2 in action. I'll try to see what other games that I've got that would be fun to play around in with their free upgrades. But anyway, thanks again. I'm out of here. Come back, why don't you?